Lately on Twitter, I've been seeing a lot of discussion around a hypothetical question that has been spreading around for maybe like a day or two. I don't really know where it came from. I was just like looking through Twitter. I think I was looking for more information on where it came from. I saw like a Mr. Beast profile picture, so maybe it came from one of those games. I don't know. I just saw people arguing about it. The hypothetical in question is everyone on the planet or Earth, whatever, everyone in this situation is given a choice between two buttons, a red button and a blue button. If you press the red button, you live, but everyone who does not press the red button dies. If you press the blue button, you you and everyone else who presses either button will live, but only if 50, more than 50% of people also press the blue button. I hope I'm explaining that as simply as I can because I've just seen it a lot, so I kind of get what they're trying to say, whether or not I could explain it concisely. Sometimes it's not so easy to explain uh, things you understand kind of intuitively. Now, there's a lot of argument about what is the moral and logical option to pick. Um, Morality and logic are the same thing, despite what some people may tell you. It's the same thing. Uh, and the correct answer is obviously to press the red button, right? The red button, blue button hypothetical is essentially a significantly more generous version of the prisoner's dilemma. If you don't know what the prisoner's dilemma is, the basic gist is that there are two prisoners in uh, a prison. They have no contact with each other. They cannot communicate in any way, shape, or form. And independently, law enforcement or judge or investigators, whoever, goes to them and says, if you testify against the other guy, you walk free and the other guy hangs. But if you say nothing and he testifies against you, then you'll hang. And it kind of varies depending on the situation, but or I guess how whoever's asking the hypothetical. But the alternative is also if neither of them say anything, either they both walk free or they both get a lighter sentence. The idea is that if prisoner A rats on prisoner B, A is not punished and B is punished. Inversely, if B rats on prisoner A, then B is released and A is punished. If both rat on each other, then both are punished. And if neither, then either neither are punished or both are punished lightly or lighter than hanging or the worst sentence. For some reason, Wikipedia gives an example of 1, 2, and 3 years being um, uh, being the like the sentences, which I think is the get more in like the game theory aspect of it, where it's are you willing to how much suffering are you willing to endure? How much guaranteed suffering are you willing to endure to avoid potentially more suffering with a bad choice? It's like, uh, would you rather? There's two glasses. One's filled with vinegar. One's filled with hydrochloric acid. You can choose. Or no, there's three. One's water. One's vinegar. One's hydrochloric acid. Uh, you can choose to drink the glass of vinegar, or you could make a choice between the two identical acid or water. It's like, well, I'll take the guaranteed suffering over the guaranteed extreme suffering or death. Um, anyway, in the prisoner's dilemma, it's symmetrical, right? Um, if you're prisoner A, prisoner B has the exact same um, situation as you do. Therefore, it's cooperative. It has to be cooperative because you're on the same level. Um, for the red button, blue button hypothetical, it's not symmetrical. If it was symmetrical, it would be if you press the red button, you live and the blue button pressers die, and inversely, if you are a blue button presser, you live but the red button guys die. Or if like 50% of each is less than 50%, then they die. But it's not. If you press the red button, you are guaranteed to live in this hypothetical. But if you do not press the red button, you are not guaranteed to live. Right? You have to have faith that every person is going to take the same exact risk you are, which they're taking a risk with zero reward from a game theory perspective, right? Because if the person you're competing against a scenario wants to live, they also just have to press the red button, right? Um, it's very similar like Pascal's wager. You can, if Pascal wager, you could believe in God and go to heaven, or you can hold on, my refrigerator's kicked on. Let me move over here. You could believe in heaven, or you could believe in God, and when you die, you go to heaven, or you can believe in God and there is no God, and when you die, nothing happens, and you didn't really lose anything. But if you don't believe in God and nothing happens, then, nothing happens. But if you do believe in God and God is real, then you go to hell. It's there's at least there's a 50% chance of infinite suffering if you don't believe in God, but only a 50% chance of infinite bliss if you do believe in God. And the swatch of that is that nothing happens. You don't really lose anything because it's cosmically neutral. You don't experience non-existence, that kind of thing. So you're better off believing in God because if you do, then you don't lose anything by being wrong, right? There's also like the aspect of like what exactly like we live in like a Christianized society, so pretty much anything you want to do that is like unchristian is also just like socially like unacceptable, and you'd be socialized against it. Like, are you losing anything by not raping someone? No. You aren't. So, what you want to do, that's besides the point. The point is, it's very similar to a very uncharitable, or rather, sorry, a very charitable version of the prisoner's dilemma, in that if in this situation, prisoner A and prisoner B, prisoner A can either stay silent or rat out prisoner B. And regardless of what happens, prisoner you in this situation is totally fine. No matter what happens, if you stay silent or if you rat the other guy, nothing happens, right? Inversely, on prisoner B side, if you rat the other guy out and he rats you out, he walks free and you go to the gallows. In this situation, the prisoner A ratting you out is the same as everyone else pushing the red button, slightly more than the people who push the blue button. 51% of people press the red button. It's identical to the uncharitable prisoner dilemma, prisoner A ratting you out. Alternatively, if neither one of you say anything, then you both go free. In this situation, if you're prisoner A, you always go free no matter what. But if you're prisoner B, not only is there the chance of you hanging, but there is the decision is totally out of your hands. You don't actually decide what happens to you. It's in the hands of someone else. Right? The only way to kind of have the blue choice make sense is if every single person has perfect faith in other people and is also willing to make that risk, right? In the prisoner's dilemma, both parties have the equal chance of the same outcome, right? Red button, blue button, they don't, right? The prisoner's dilemma doesn't work if one side always gets set free. I feel like I kind of repeated myself a few times. It's kind of rambling. But that's basically my argument for the red button. Just look at the prisoner dilemma. It's a prisoner dilemma where no matter what you say, you always walk free. So there's no reason to pick being prisoner B or, choosing the blue button. Yeah, that's it. I just been rambling for 15 minutes. I'm not even gonna edit this. So thanks for watching and or listening. I apologize for the poor quality. It's not gonna get any better.